everybody. To excuse the mess on the walls behind me, we're trying to make my house look nicer by plastering it and painting it, but I haven't got very far with it, so it doesn't look very nice. Right, so this afternoon I hope you've all watched Mrs. Mitchell and Miss Fermore's video giving you your first challenge for our new learning experience that we're doing across the Federation. So Four Elms and Seal Primary Schools are both doing it together, and it's called 2020 A Year of Change, isn't it? Because we're having a big change with all that's going on in the world right now, and the reason that you guys are at school. So their first challenge that they've set you is that they would like you to think about something that you want to become an expert at over this extra time you've got at home. So something you want to become really, really good at, and we want you to start thinking about some of those ideas. So I know Mrs. Mitchell has said that you can do the ideas in your home learning journal that we sent home, or you can buy a really, really nice book if you can find one in the shop, or you might have one at home that you want to choose. So I already have this one at home, which is a big book that I've done lots and lots of other things teacher-wise in when I was learning to become a teacher. So I'm going to use my big book to do my map of something that I want to get better at. So I'm going to have a think, and I'm going to open up my book. I'm going to have a go at writing some ideas for my mind map. Now, if you remember, when we do them in our learning journals at school, we do them in the black books, don't we? And we use the really, really special pencils that Mrs. Jones has bought us. And we make sure that we do our best presentation when we're doing our mind map, because of how lovely the pencils are and how we want our journals to look really, really nice. So we really take our time. So when I'm going to write my ideas down on my journal, I'm going to be doing exactly the same thing. So I'm unfortunate I haven't got any colouring pencils at home, but I do have some coloured pens that my sister bought me for Christmas a few years ago when I decided to become a teacher. And she thought you'll need these pens, and I thought no I won't, but she was right, I do need them now. So I've got some lovely coloured pens that I'm going to use when I do my journal. So I want you first of all to put your lovely heading in the middle. So you might write, what am I going to become an expert in lovely neat cursive handwriting. And like Mrs. Jones has put on the plan, make sure you try and use some conjunctions in your writing. What am I going to become an expert at? And then you can do your nice bubble around the edge, and don't forget to decorate it really, really nicely. Okay, so here's mine. There's my start for my bubble. Okay, and then I'm gonna want you to add on to that with all of your ideas. So I'm going to stop the video now, and I'm just going to add to my ideas, so I've got some time to make it look really, really nice, and then I'll restart the video and I'll show you what I've come up with. So I want you to start to have a think now of the sorts of things that you might want to become an expert in whilst you've got this extra time off from school. Right, I've had a think of some ideas of some things that I could get better at whilst we're not at school. So here is my mind map. And you can see that I've tried to make it as pretty as possible, and using the colours and doing little doodles can really help our brain to understand what we're doing, and it helps us to focus a lot more. So it's not just important because it's pretty, it's also important because it helps our brain to remember and make the links between the things that we know and the things that we're learning. So I could become better at dancing, definitely, singing, very much so, gardening, making cakes, running. I could also become better or learn to do a musical instrument. I've always wanted to do that, maybe the piano. I've got hairdressing because my husband's hair is getting extremely long and none of the hairdressers are open, so that would be a good skill to know. Knitting, it's always nice to have a scarf. So those are the ideas that I have come up with. So when you're doing your mind map, I want you to do the same. I want you to put in the middle the things that you are going to get better at, your ideas, and then have some of your ideas written around the edge like mine, just like our mind maps we do in school. And then once you've finished that, you're going to decide which is going to be your best idea and choose one thing that you're going to become an expert at. So On my other side, I've decided that my best idea is that I'm going to be able to get better at running. Now, instead of just saying that that's your idea, I want you to write a really long description of why you think that's your best idea. For example, I know that hairdressing wasn't my best idea because I'm going to have to get somebody to teach me. It takes a very long time to become a hairdresser. Actually, quite a big skill that takes a long time to learn. So that probably wasn't my best idea. So I'm going to write why I think my chosen idea was my best idea. So I've put that I have chosen to become an expert at running. I have chosen this idea because I have always wanted to be good at running, but I never seem to have enough time. During this time, where we are spending more time inside, I also know that it is important for me to stay healthy, so my mind and body stay happy. By the end of the school closure, I will sign up for a half marathon, maybe a marathon if I'm feeling brave, and I will become an expert at running. So I've put all my reasons for why I've chosen that I want to become good at running, and I've also underlined my 3 conjunctions that I've used there, so you can do the same when you write your reason for what your best idea is. Okay, so that's what we want you to do this afternoon, and I can't wait to see all of your pictures come in like they did yesterday, which was lovely and was the highlight of my day. So I can't wait to see all of your hard work, and I can't wait to find out what brilliant ideas you're going to have that you're going to become an expert at. And remember, the best ones are going to go on Mrs. Mitchell and Miss Fermore's special page. I'm definitely going to be sending mine to her to see if I make the cut to go on the special page. I highly doubt it. Good luck!